The Super Bowl matchup is set. This is Strikeout Beer. What is going on, everybody? Happy Sunday to you. What a day of football. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad to be here. I've got the camera kind of messing up on me right now. Boy, I tell you what, today was just a wild day of football. You know, the Chiefs-Ravens game started off so hot and then just absolutely just went to nothing, right? No scores in the second half, and then you kind of felt the same vibe with the Lions and the Niners. You're sitting there like, okay, well, this, it started off really good, but where's the action now? Oh, buddy, you just had to wait for a no reason, go for it on fourth down, dumbass call, and the Niners pounced, and it turned into a freaking free-for-all. Oh, my God, so crazy. The Super Bowl has been, the matchup in Vegas is set. The Niners and the Chiefs. Woo! I need something. I'm a little parched right now. So if you're in here, welcome in. Did your team win? Did they lose? Who's winning the Super Bowl? Tell me about it, because I'm here to talk. I'm going to hang out with you guys for about 30. Lizzie Bing in the house. What up? Cletus, you damn cat. They Detroited their pants. Sir, I looked at Lizzie when Dan Campbell and the Lions decided to go for it on that fourth down. I go, there ain't no reason. There's no reason to go for it. Take the points and let's call it a day. You know what I mean? Hold on. Am I not lined up with this camera? What the hell's going on here? All right. I said, take the points, get the 3 points, and let's move it along. He's like, no, you know what? We're going to go for it. I'm like, hey, boy. And yeah, nothing you could do about it. Cheers to you. We're at the end of dry January. Of course, dry-ish January, but I'm still having a, well, that smells like cat piss. Not an IPA. I was like, man, Lizzie, what's up? How are you? And momentum changed. I sat there and looked at it. I go, dude, it's over. Here they come. They just needed a spark. They needed just a little nudge, right? Niners got that nudge, scored a touchdown. Then they got I think they picked up a fumble. Oh my God. Another touchdown. It was crazy. Let's start off with the beginning of the day. All right. We had like a 2 o'clock or 2:30 game here in Texas. I'm Central Time. I'm in Texas. Chiefs and Ravens. The Kansas City Chiefs head over to Baltimore to take on the Ravens. And like I said, game came out pretty hot. It was fine. Both teams scored in the first quarter, a couple touchdowns. Chiefs put up 10 in the second quarter. Ravens, nothing. And then third quarter, nothing. And in the fourth quarter, a field goal by Justin Tucker. So, if you were like Saturday or Sunday afternoon, you're like, you know what? I'm going to take me a little snoozer. You were well within your right to take that snooze because you didn't miss a damn thing. It was crazy. And usually we'll sit there and blame the refs or blame this and that because the Chiefs won. But you know what? I mean, it was just pretty much Taylor Swift cam and a bunch of just stupid plays, sloppy plays. Oh, buddy, let's look at some stats. Let's not. What's up, Ed? How we doing? Yeah, but that face mask deflection said it all. Oh, man, that was bonkers. I thought it was a really fun game. I really did. All right, so we're going to talk about, I know you don't want to talk about the Ravens there, Ed, but we're going to talk about the Ravens. We'll start with the Chiefs. How about that? It's the first one up. Patrick Mahomes went 30 for 39, 241 yards and 1 touchdown. I had him at over 1.5, just to let you know. So I'm hurting myself right now. Isaiah Pacheco had 24 carries, 68 yards, a touchdown. Patrick Mahomes scrambled he had 6 carries for 15 yards. Hell, even Kelsey had a carry in this game. Kelsey led the way, obviously. 116 yards, 11 receptions, 116 yards, and a touchdown. He broke Jerry Rice's post-season record of receptions and tacked on a handful more. Great freaking day for the Kelsey clan out there. And you get to see Taylor Swift every 5 seconds because if he even looks at the ball, they show her and she gets all excited. Lack of discipline, looked flat. This was supposed to be the better of the 2 games. I totally expected it too. I expected this one to be a defensive struggle with some really good offensive moments. But the Detroit Niners game, I expected an absolute shootout, right? I continue to say it. Lamar is not a good passer. He's a great runner and can hit wide open receivers. He cannot read defenses and make great throws. Okay. Boycott the Super Bowl. Why are we boycotting there, TJ? Welcome in, by the way. Cheers to you, pal. Refs were a small influence on some calls, but the Ravens did not execute. Yeah. I mean, Flowers fumbled the ball as he's reaching for the end zone. I think it was Snead. He punched it out. Great play. There was I read it as defensive pass interference when there was a throw to the end zone. I think it was to Flowers again. And he just kind of got, ran through. And, it just ended up being a pick. Some questionable calls. I did make the comment earlier, if you were listening, or you know what? I don't know when did I post it or did we just talk about it? I don't remember. We might have just talked about it. The officiating crew at the Ravens Chiefs game, he's notorious for flags against the home team. The home team doesn't generally win. There's and things like that. So if I made a post about it, I go, all my money, I think I might have just text Alan or whatever. And it was like, hey, all my money's going to the Chiefs now. I'm betting the Chiefs, not only this point spread, but the money line. And I picked them today in our Pick'em League. So I was like, it just gave me. And there were some calls that were like, okay, so what are we doing here? But I thought it was ultimately a pretty even game. It was just a really lack of execution from, a Baltimore standpoint. Now, Lamar Jackson's playoff record is now 2-4. Dude, he just can't win in the playoffs for some reason. It's like he got hot against the Texans, but they're the damn Texans. I mean, they're years away from being a really good team. They're getting there, right? Here goes the celebration. Everybody's out there. Those old Shanahan, Purdy. Everybody's Purdy's just a game manager. Man, I am so tired of that shit. Like, the dude balled tonight. Scrambled when he had a good pocket presence and everything like that. Everybody just wants to hate on him. And even like when they're behind, everybody's just sitting there hating on him or whatever. I'm like, dude, I got Joe Montana up there. Awesome. But yeah, questioning his call, that was shady. And you knew it was going to happen. I'm telling you right now, once I saw the officiating questions and things like that, and then it went into, what do we got here? I refuse to watch Super Bowl with the 49ers. Why? I don't know. For some reason, because he's not a passer. All right, calm down. I mean, he's been getting better. He has. And he's been doing pretty well. And I think with good talent around him, like Flowers and stuff like that. And obviously who's the tight end, likely had a hell of a season with him throwing to him. And then Mark Andrews, I mean, he obviously throws the ball well enough where these guys are relevant in fantasy and things like that. I mean, you got 3 studs on that team apparently right now. How about them Chiefs? What's up, Billy Joe? How we doing? How about those damn Chiefs? How about them? And I'm telling you right now, it's like, it's something with Lamar where he cannot get past it's something going on. And why the hell is Ray Lewis doing like interviews or something like that? I'm like, that some bitch killed a guy. 2 of them, I think. Wasn't it 2 of them? Him and Dak are good buddies. I like them, but they are just not that dude. I got you. I feel you. Like, why is there talk about a referee crew, right? I'm telling you, there's always referee talk when there's a Chiefs game. But like this one, I didn't get the sense that it was like they were throwing like crazy blatant fun. The Ravens had an absolute chance to be in this game, but they made these mental mistakes, sloppy ball, sloppy play. They cost themselves the game. Now, should they have got like an extra call or 2? Maybe, right? Nothing crazy. But yeah, the Ravens, let's go ahead and talk about the Ravens real quick, even though I just went ahead and did the Chiefs. We do have a funny stat. I will talk about it here very soon. Lamar Jackson, 20 of 37, 272 yards, a touchdown, an interception. Lamar Jackson, he led the team in rushing, 8 carries for 54 yards. The rest, who cares, right? Zay Flowers, 5 for 115 and a touchdown. Nelson Aguilar, 1 for 39. Justice Hill, 4 for 34. So, I mean, he's getting the ball out there. Odell Beckham's dad's already talking shit on Twitter. Like, dude, just shut up. Someone take that dude's fucking US Cellular flip phone from this guy. You know what I mean? Do the world a favor and just God damn, shut up, man. And they're like, oh, you're gonna Baker him like you did or whatever. He goes, Bakered himself. I'm like, dude, your son's old. He's not great. He won a damn Super Bowl with the Rams a couple years back when they played the Bengals. So why can't we just be happy? No, you don't want to be a little shithead? No, okay. You know what? We don't have enough jerks in the world. Might as well pile on another jerk. Hop on the train. Woo, buddy, oh buddy. No, not at all. They did not execute. Yep, I feel you. Chiefs have gotten calls all season. This game was not one of those. They have. And I've talked about that at length, usually on this show here, on the Sunday night show, and then also during the Wednesday night show, as you can see right here. They get crazy calls. Like Mahomes inbounds and gets barely shoved, and that's roughing the passer. Like, oh, he was out of bounds and defenseless or some shit. It's crazy. They get calls like crazy. I'm kind of nervous about the Super Bowl, but I think they're gonna have to try to keep it clean. I mean, they can't keep giving them like phantom, like holding calls and shit. I mean, that was against the Bengals, wasn't it? It's the Bengals versus the Rams. There was a crazy holding call. The same thing, I think, with Philly and the Chiefs last year. Man, bang, bang, Niner game. Snowman's in the house. What's going on? The refs were not a huge factor, but noticeable at times where they shouldn't have been. But the Ravens did this to themselves 100%. Hats off to the Chiefs for the win. I agree with you. Hats off to the Chiefs. They played like total S all season. They're in a broke-ass division, and they turned it on at the right time. They turned it on in the playoffs, got hot, and they lost. They got their ass handed to them to the Raiders, like on Christmas Day. Or Christmas, was it Christmas Eve? I think it was Christmas Day or the day after Christmas. Handed to them. And they turned that shit on. They have turned it on. They look good. They are on freaking fire. The offsides play that got the is that what we're talking about here? The offsides play that got a 15-yard personal. Oh, Jesus Christ. Why do you have to come across so damn hot? He came across hot and like drilled him. I was like, what the hell is he doing? Ravens defense did their part for the most. I mean, they did. When you hold Mahomes to 17 points, who's to blame? It's not the defense. It's not the defense, right? What's the hardest fish breed? The blowfish. Oh, Billy Joe, you son of a gun. How are you? Hats off to the Chiefs and the Niners. What a pair of the title games. I'm still talking about the Chiefs-Ravens game. It started off good. It just went to flat. You know what I mean? Like, you're just like, oh, God. Is it penalties or drop balls, fumbles, and everything else? The second half was an absolute S show. So damn boring. But you know what? They made it. They hung in there. Ravens had a chance. Ravens had a freaking chance. You know what I'm saying? Izzy in the house. What up? That's it. I'm going to work while the Super Bowl is on. I'm going to be hanging out with Cletus the cat here. I'm heading over to his house, like over there in like damn near New Mexico. So I don't know if Lizzie's going to act right and drive me home, or I'm going to have to get a hotel or something like that. I don't know. But I plan on having a damn good time and enjoying myself. Normally that's a 5-yard penalty. He just came over too hot and like shoved the shit out of the guy. They're like, oh yeah, it's a personal foul. I'm like, yeah, he probably didn't need to do all that. But the reason he probably did that was if you jump off sides, this is like the Aaron Rodgers special, right? Get you to jump. You jump off sides, he gets a free play. If you ever get called for being offsides and you know you're offsides, just make a beeline to the quarterback, because they'll shut that shit down faster than Penn State. You know what I'm saying? Telling you. But if you don't go out and you just like, oh, I stutter step and I back up, it's going to be a fucking play. It's a go route. You know what I mean? It is what it is. So, but the game, ultimately, it kind of sucked in the evening, like the last two quarters. The second half of the game just blew. Nothing really to write home about. We're going to talk about the Lions let down here in a second. But, I mean, let's be honest. Where do the Ravens go from here? And I'm going to ask the same question here in a minute. Well, I was going to ask the same question about the Niners, but, they came back. He didn't jump off sides lightly. Yeah, yeah, I know, right? He didn't. Where do the Ravens go? Like, what do they need to do? What's the strategy? You were the number one seed coming in tonight. You know what I mean? Into the playoffs, you're the number one seed. You're hosting the damn game. Yeah, I don't know. You probably would rather play Buffalo, but Buffalo's a tough team too. The AFC is stacked. You play any of these damn teams can win. There's like seriously 5 or 6 teams when everybody's healthy that could absolutely win the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? Like, absolutely. So I don't know what the Ravens have to do. More talent. I mean, every year, like, their running backs all go down in the preseason. They all tear ACLs, MCLs, things like that. So what it needs to be happening? I mean, obviously, like I said, your defense held up. You only gave 17 points up to Mahomes and company, right? The Taylor Swifties. Yeah, I made a comment too. If I was like, congratulations to Taylor Swift and the Kansas City Chiefs for going to the Super Bowl. I don't know, man. I mess around on Twitter too much. But seriously, big congratulations to the Chiefs. They got there. They got it. Is Allen okay? I haven't talked to him. I generally don't talk to him on game day. Like even when I send him a screenshot when the kid scored, was it Jameson? When he scored in the very opening drive, I go, hey man, I'm glad I started the kid in a couple leagues, in a couple DFS leagues, right? And I was like, I already got a touchdown. I guess we'll stay talking about we'll talk about that game here in a minute. But anyways, yeah, I just, for me, what needs to be improved by the Ravens to even get to the next step? I mean, the tough thing is, see, they're going to lose a couple guys, but most are staying. Yeah. What needs to happen? What can happen? You're going to be facing either Joe Burrow, Pat Mahomes, Josh Allen. Where do you see an easy way to get into the championship or to get in the damn Super Bowl? An actual quarterback. Boy, you keep firing on all cylinders on that. I didn't understand the targets to Bateman. Flowers was clearly the guy. They did not utilize Likely as much. The running game was non-existent, just odd. They did not lean on the run at all, like at all. Looking at these stats, you're talking about, he led the way. Oh, that was the other thing. Lamar Jackson led the team in receiving yards at halftime. The craziest effing play you see. He throws the ball, ping, right off of the tip. It gets tipped. He knows it. He's got a line. He's got an eye on the ball. He goes and catches it and squirrels away for like 13 yards or some shit or whatever it was. I mean, it's got to be right here. Hold on. I'll give you the number. Lamar Jackson, 13 yards. I think with bringing back Mark Andrews into this game, shots fired. You got some shots fired. Bringing him back into this game, suiting him up when you had Likely just playing lights out, playing phenomenal ball. He's getting his target. He's getting in the end zone. He is a contributor. And now it's like, Mark Andrews is back. We got to get Mark Andrews in the game. Okay. Why? I think you're going to see some double tight end sets next year, almost reminiscent of Gronk and what was that dude, that jackass that went to jail? I can't think. Aaron Hernandez. Remember when those two were on the field together? Holy shit. They were a force to be reckoned with. To be fair, they have a more consistent program under Monken. This was just a new system for them this year. They did well under it. Not now much should change. Just execute. Yeah, the murderer. Yeah, Aaron Hernandez. I couldn't think of his name. But when you say like murder or something like that, I always think of like, oh yeah, we got Ray Lewis and a couple other players. They're fucking guys. Anyways. But yeah, I think you're going to see. I think that was a problem. You should have left Mark Andrews' ass on the bench. Let Likely do his thing. Run the ball a little bit more. And that would you just gotta. I don't know why. Why'd you panic? Why the hell does I understand why he's the leading rusher because he always is. 54 yards today on 8 carries. They handed the ball off 8 other times. That's it to 3 other guys. Gus Edwards had 3. Zay Flowers in like scheme plays and things like that. Justice Hill 3. Come on. It's like you didn't even try. You abandoned the plan. You could have pounded that rock. You didn't. I guess, I don't know. It comes down to coaching then, right? Play calling and things like that. I don't know. I don't think Ray was a trigger man, but he did get blood on that white suit. Yeah, he stabbed 2 dudes, I think, right? Wasn't it a stabbing? It was a stabbing. It wasn't a trigger man. I think the 2 dudes died of stabbing. But yeah, this is, and I say it all the time. It's coaching that costs a lot of these teams wins. No more than the Detroit freaking Lions. They got to get a different guy, one that knows how to clock management and quit going for it on 4th down. Get the fucking points. Get the points. That onside kick was crazy as well. All right. You know what? That's enough of that. Congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs and Taylor Swift for going to the Super Bowl. They're going to see them in Vegas. And if you weren't annoyed and down and put out by every single play, they go to the booth to see what the hell she's doing. Just wait, baby. The Super Bowl, we're going to have Taylor Cam. It's going to be lit. All right. Are we ready? I think we're ready. Let's move on to the later game. Now, this one was a little bit fun. It started off with a bang. You're talking like the Detroit Lions go to Santa Clara, San Francisco to take on the 49ers. Holy moly. They were shot out of a gun. Detroit puts up 14 points in the first quarter, 10 in the second. Niners didn't even score in the first quarter. They only scored in the second quarter. They got a touchdown. And then in the third quarter, this is like, I don't know what it is about second halves and the Detroit Lions. They don't score a lot. They go like into reserve mode. Yeah. The 49ers scored 17 points in the third and then 10 in the fourth. Detroit Lions scored, I think, with a minute left, if I'm not mistaken. Another great, it was a little throw to Jameson. Got him a touchdown again, 7 points. There you go. Bing, bang, boom. The onside kick at the end. Holy crap. We'll talk about that here pretty soon. Lions, Jared Goff, 25 of 40 out of 41. Did I say that right? Sounds weird. 273 yards, a touchdown, no interceptions. Montgomery led the way. 15 carries, 93 yards, a touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs, 12 carries, 45 yards, and a touchdown. Jameson Williams ran one in. I think I was calling him Jameson was his last name. Jameson Williams ran one in. That was the first play or the first score in the first quarter. Hell of a run. I mean, a 42-yard sprint, touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown had a carry as well. Receiving, Sam Laporta led the team, 9 receptions for 97 yards. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 7 for 87. Jameson Winston, Williams. I don't know why they don't have their numbers here. I don't know why. Anyways, 2 for 25 and a touchdown. Josh Reynolds, 1 for 25. Montgomery caught 2 passes. Jahmyr Gibbs caught 3 passes. You want to talk about the second half, though? It was drops, and drops. Booze and chill in the house. What up? Cheers to you. Oh, boy. Let me read this comment real quick. I got to go back up. I got to go all the way back up. Dave, this game was indicative to stuff I spoke about with the Ravens. When it's bad, it's bad. And when it looks like a train wreck, see, this shouldn't look like this any time at this time of the year. Then they've had games like against the Lions and recent Houston game where they were amazing. Absolutely. I think they shook the rust off of them in the early part. You know, they were a little shaky at the beginning of the Houston game. And then just second half, pedal to the metal, gone. Absolutely gone. Izzy, ugh. Can't wait to watch the replay on TV. Roger. I was wondering if I was worried about the white pants. If they wear blue, I think they win. Oh, my gosh. And this game, like I said, started out like just a bullet out of a gun. They are on fire. They are running the ball, pounding the rock, getting a hell of amazing plays from their stars. And San Francisco's back on their heels. They don't know what the hell to do. It's absolutely insane. Let's talk about that real quick. Brock Purdy, 20 of 31, 267 yards, a touchdown, and 1 interception. Chris McCaffrey, 20 carries, 90 yards, absolute workhorse, 2 touchdowns. Elijah Mitchell fell in the end zone after McCaffrey got him all the way down to the 1. Brock Purdy ran for 48 yards. Not bad, right? His scramble boots on today. Debo carried the rock 3 times. Juszczyk once. Juszczyk had a great catch. Actually, a handful of them. Debo led the team, 8 receptions for 89 yards. Brandon Ayuk, 3 for 68 and a touchdown. Chris McCaffrey, 4 for 42. Kyle, 2 for 33. George Kittle, 2 for 27. And then Jennings caught 1. So, you're sitting here watching this game and, towards the second half, or it's like the late in the second quarter, you're like, all right, this kind of sucks. No one's scoring. Nothing's really going on. The Niners haven't caught their footing. You're just like, okay, so what the hell are we doing, right? And then finally, I'm telling you, it's all about momentum. And momentum is a real thing in these games. Dan Campbell, they're down in the red zone. I'm pretty sure it was the red zone, or at least close enough. And it's 4th down. And they're like, well, I think he's going to go for it. Whatever. I'm like, it's just, what's the point? I looked at Liz. I go, if they stop him here, Niners coming back. I go, they're absolutely going to come back. And sure as shit, they stopped him, got the ball, went ape shit, scored. I think the next possession for Detroit, they lost the ball. I think it was a fumble. Went down and scored again. And it's just it just snowballed so fucking quick. It happened so damn quick. They scored so fast. They ran so many plays, ate up so much clock, 17 points in the third. And then you're like, okay, well, Detroit's got to do something, right? Detroit did not listen. They scored, yes, in the second half, but they didn't score until 1 minute left, and this game was fucking over. I wouldn't say over because there's still some shit that could have happened. But 49ers kept their foot on the gas. They got a touchdown in the fourth quarter and then another field goal. It missed a field goal, too. Moody missed one in the first. I think it was the first quarter. And let me tell you something. That onside kick was bananas. Like absolute bananas. When you first watched it, and they reach out. I can't remember who touched the ball. It was illegal touching. Anyway, so he reached out to grab it. Damn ball gets squirt loose. It goes by Ayuk. Ayuk turns around. Kittle just smothers it up. And then Ayuk covers up on Kittle. But I was like, oh, but I was like, it's going to be a flag. He touched it on. Like, it only went 9 yards. Didn't go 10 yards. But I was like, oh, buddy, we might have some fun here. I was like, but somehow Dan Campbell screwed that up too. I said there, and he went for it on like fourth down again. And they turned the ball over. I think that's where the field goal came from. It was like, dude, it just comes down to coaching for Detroit. They have the talent. It's obvious they have the talent. That's how they lost to the damn Cowboys. They just kept going for two, going on fourth down. They're just stupid shit. It's like someone's going to look at it and be like, okay, we need someone at the helm that can coach, that can make good decisions in tight spots, right? He's a great hype man. Everybody says it. He's just the guy, you want to run through a wall for this guy. You're going to give it all for this guy. You're going to do everything you can for it. This guy gets you so hype. Yeah, cool. Let him fucking make speeches before the game then. But like maybe on the side, you got this other guy standing right next to him that knows when to use timeouts and when not to go. I mean, you can't go for it on every fucking fourth down. They're like, oh yeah, it worked. They mentioned it. I think it was last game or the game before that. It was a stat that said they go for it this many times or what, like 44%. It's some crazy absurd number. But I'm like, yeah, when most of the time you're playing bad teams throughout the season, yeah, you could probably get that extra 3 freaking yards because you're playing against bad teams. The NFC North was a disaster of a conference this year. An absolute train wreck. I mean, Kirk Cousins didn't even play most of the damn games. The Bears struggled, but you never know if they're going to win or not. Green Bay didn't get hot until the second half of the season. Green Bay looks good. They can make a run at it against the Lions next year, but the Lions should still win their division. Well, I guess it depends if Kirk Cousins is going to be all right, make it through the whole thing. I mean, there's so many things that align perfectly, and all like key players are gone. Like, Aaron Rodgers ain't on the Packers anymore and shit like that. And, he's past his prime anyways. But now you got Jordan Love just stepping right in. It's like, holy hell. It's not going to be as easy next year. I mean, maybe everybody gets hurt and y'all just stay healthy. Maybe. But, dude, it came down to some dumbass play calls and being aggressive when you didn't need it. Just kick the field goal. They went for it on, I think, twice. That's 6 points that they could have just kicked the fucking field goal. You know what I mean? Like, you lost by 3. Thanks for covering, by the way. I appreciate it. We're going to talk a little bit about that. Alan and I both picked, I think, the Lions to cover, which they did, obviously. Final score was 34-31. They were getting 7 points. Chiefs obviously covered. They won. They won outright, and they were getting 4.5, I believe. So we both picked that correctly. We took the under on the Chiefs game, which we were absolutely correct, and we took the over on the Lions and Niners game. So if you're not part of the Patreon, you should be. Patreon.com/strikeoutbeer. We're always having a good time out there. It's $3. You get in for as low as $3. Extra episodes, posts, things like that, sneak peeks, and like I said, it's $3. You're buying your pal of beer. That's how you can think about it, right? And we do get quite thirsty around here. So yeah, we hit on all 6 bets. Yeah, didn't miss this week. Phenomenal. We're awesome, right? Anywho, I need to take a look at something. Oh my God. It's not like I wanted the Lions to lose just because, but their fan base is just as annoying as the Cowboy fan base. They're already on this, it's our year. And I mean, Jesus Christ, you hear that shit every week and they don't shut up about it. And I'm like, it's like they don't realize they're not playing anybody. right? It's like Cowboys win against bad teams. They play a lot of bad teams, or they're at home. It's freaking nuts. It drives me insane. Anyways, nice job on hitting those. I appreciate that. Appreciate that. Appreciate you guys joining us as well. We had Ed, France, and I'm sure Old School's tying one on. Cheers to him. And then of course Snowman. I'm sure he's celebrating. So a lot of people having some fun. Appreciate all the people joining us this week. We had 3 special guests. A lot of fun, good chats, things like that. All right, we're taking a look ahead right now. This is Bovada because I got MGM somewhere else. It's like on my phone or whatever. Right now, the Super Bowl pick, the numbers are out. The Kansas City Chiefs are getting 1.5. They got even money on the win, the money line. The over-under is set at 47. Now, Niners obviously giving up a 1.5. It's only negative 105. So they're pretty much saying this is going to be a coin flip of a game. Now, the Niners are favorites. They're minus 120 to win it, the money line, just straight up. You start messing with the point spread, the numbers move around a little bit. But anyways, the over-under, as I mentioned, 47. The over right now is the favorite, minus 115. And I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't know, man. The Chiefs, what's their last couple scores? They put up 27 against the Bills, which is awesome. I guess they're a product of game flow, right? I mean, they beat the shit out of the Dolphins, 26-17 or 26-7. They only scored 13 against the Chargers, 25 against the Bengals. I don't know. It's like right now it's a mystery. And they only put up 17, but they put up 17 against a really good defense. But San Francisco got a pretty good defense too, but they just let Detroit score 30 on them. So what the hell, right? I mean, you almost have to hammer the over. Watch that number tick up as the week goes on. We got 2 weeks until I'll tell you what, that's another thing. I am super sad. I think you told Lizzie this. I woke up this morning, I go, I'm just sad that football's almost over. I miss the red zone. I miss waking up September, get my picks in, give me a little cocktail, about to sit my fat ass down on the couch for like 7. No freaking time, no commercial free viewing. And I'm just watching the red zone. I don't have to watch all these family members or whoever's dating who Cam. You see all these fucking people. I don't give a shit. 49ers to win the Super Bowl by William Russell, making the call around. The angry artist is in the house. I mean, right now, I don't know, man. I always got that thing where you're like, you don't bet against Mahomes. Mahomes is looking good. They're firing all cylinders. Purdy's looking good too. They scrapped out a win against the Lions. They're at home. I expect this to be an amazing game. I feel like this is something like this is what I want. I want 2 teams that are going to be absolute powerhouses, and I want some fun. I want to have some freaking fun on Super Bowl Sunday. Me too. I always felt a big gap until March Madness. There's a huge gap. We get the Pro Bowl next weekend. So they'll have like skills competition. So it should be fun. They've geared it more towards fun, where it makes it viewable. You do have the is it NFL or is it UFL? The United Football League. It starts up in the spring. So I probably, I'd like watch one of those games, or it's on while I'm doing something, because baseball season takes over. Like, absolutely. But March Madness is going to be awesome. I hope to do a bracket for the tournament. If not, whatever, right? I'm going to join somebody's. Chiefs win, and Travis Kelce proposes to Swift after the game. Bro, I'm just waiting for them to break up so I don't have to see her reaction to, like, after every Chiefs play. Why are they showing her after Pacheco rips off a 17-yard run? I don't get it. Like, I don't get it. But yeah, Super Bowl set. Chiefs, Niners, should be fun. Usually I go to Vegas. Obviously, I mentioned it a million times. I can't go this year. I'm going over to Henson's, but it's just, I miss it because being in Vegas during the Super Bowl is so much fun. It's fun at the books. It's fun at the parties we go to and things like that. The city's absolutely buzzing. It's a great time. I had a blast last year, but it is what it is. The hotel rooms are crazy expensive. The flights are crazy expensive. And I don't want any part of it. And plus there's a fiasco after that damn Formula One, or was it F1 race, Formula One? that turned that city into just a construction zone. I can't talk tonight. I don't know why. I'm having nada IPA. So yeah, there you go. But we will have the show coming up this week, Wednesdays, 7 p.m. Central Time. We're going to try to get no, you know what? I think we're going to skip a week. The show will go on because we're going to do Hershey's, the Yingling Hershey's Porter, and then some Screwball peanut butter whiskey for the show. So we're going to mix them together, and it tastes like a peanut butter Reese's, which is like my favorite. We might even have some Reese's Pieces. I can't talk. I cannot talk tonight. But yeah, another great day of football. I was so excited. And like I said, I'm just slightly sad that it's over. I'm like, listen, by the time everything starts, because we get things going in August, that's when we start having all our drafts and things like that. We put out shows in like July and August. And then football season starts in September, first weekend in September. Or is it first weekend after Labor Day? I don't know, whatever. You got September, October, November, for fantasy football, which is very stressful, and into December as well. It just like every week it's so stressful. But man, by the time you get to January, you're like, oh my God, it's all over. But I'll tell you what, I need a break. We're going to get that break. Congrats to the Chiefs. Congrats to the Niners. We're going to have ourselves a fun Super Bowl. We'll be releasing some videos, and we'll make our picks as well. Probably the following weekend or something like that, or probably in a week or so. We'll post those on Patreon, patreon.com/strikeoutbeer. And yeah, holy moly. What a day. What a Sunday. Now we got to go to work tomorrow. I don't even know what to do with my hands. I'm just going to be I don't know what to do with my hands. Sucks. Anyways, have yourself a beautiful week. I appreciate it. If you're listening to this on iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple, Google, wherever you listen to this podcast, thank you so much. Drop a rating if you can. You can catch the video of this. These streams are generally on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. So if you want to see my aging face and my gray beard, come on over. But I thank you for listening. I thank you for watching. I'm RD. I'm out of here. You guys have a great week. I'll catch you later. Adios.